Alrighty, time now to turn back to meteorologist Cedric Haynes in the Storm Alert Weather Center. And Cedric, if we were doing Share Your Christmas today, would not need those heavy coats.
No, we would not. Actually be a fantastic day to be outside from 4:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. actually with this nice weather. In fact, right now in Chattanooga, definitely not feeling like Christmas at 65 degrees, but it's definitely not a bad day to get out and start maybe doing those outside Christmas decorations if you haven't started that, because you definitely want to do it when the weather's nice outside. Again, that's 65 degrees, but notice we're starting to see a few more clouds on the increase across the area. 64 for our friends in Dayton and Cleveland, 62 in Blue Ridge. Good afternoon to our friends up in Altamont, sitting at 62 degrees. Look at this, 67 in Fort Payne and 68 degrees in Scottsboro. So temperatures are warming up quickly after a cool morning start because we have lots of dry air in place. Of course, you don't need me to tell you that. You know it's been very dry around here. And if you had to put on the extra moisturizer or whatever else this morning, you definitely also noticed probably, hey, it's very dry in the air. That dry air is combining once again, though, with some breezy conditions from time to time. Winds coming in out of the south and east on average between about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But notice we've seen some gusts at times over 10 miles per hour. So when you combine the dry air, the gusty winds, and of course the dry fuels, or basically the brush and the grass and stuff like that that we have out there, then that leads to that high fire danger. So obviously, at this point in time, we know we've had several fires getting going. You don't need to do any outside burning, but just as a reminder, don't do any outside burning because of the very dry conditions and the full recipe that we have in place today. Here's a look at the current weather map. You'll be able to see, again, we've got a mixture of clouds and sun out there now, but more clouds are streaming in from the west. And you're thinking, wow, we've got clouds on the increase. That probably means rain. But you see this H here? That's the big blue H, and you know what that means: dry weather, pleasant conditions, and that is also helping to squash the storm system down to our south as it kind of reinforces the dry air in place. So you can see that with the upper level moisture here. We've got high pressure in that northeasterly wind turning into the east, out of the east and southeast, I should say, but that's keeping that moisture mainly to our south. Now, as we get into the day on Wednesday, some of that upper level moisture is going to try to creep north, but it's going to run into this dry air. So we're going to kind of have a battle going on across the Tennessee Valley as the line will be drawn right across the area between dry air and some moisture trying to move in. But I think overall the dry air will win out. A little better chance of some deeper moisture moving in ahead of a cold front by the time we get towards the end of the week. That actually may provide us our best chance of rain, and even that is not that great. So here's that low pressure again this morning. Again, as it travels along the Gulf Coast today, most of the rain will stay to our south, but notice tonight and early Wednesday, some of that moisture tries to spin farther to the north. Again, it's not going to amount to much, but the best chance of any rain with that will be south of the city. And then here comes that cold front as we get into your Friday, providing again a slightly better chance of a few of those scattered showers. But as far as rainfall totals through Thursday, we're pretty much talking about zilch. Nada really here in the Tennessee Valley. Could see a trace of rainfall with that system on Wednesday morning across the south. But now Thursday into Friday, when that cold front moves in, a slightly better chance of a little more moisture. That's when we could start to see slightly higher totals, but even then we're talking less than 1/4 of an inch, which is not great because we're almost, well, we're over 1.5 inches below normal for the month of November already. We're 9 inches since September the 1st below where we should be in terms of rain. We really need some rainfall. We just don't have a lot in the forecast, at least over the next 7 days. Here's your Storm Alert 7-day forecast. Latrice, 70 degrees this afternoon with a mixture of sun and clouds. Hey, can't complain about that in mid-November, but notice as we get towards Friday, a chance of showers, cooler this weekend, but dry. I will say it does look like I'm seeing some signs of maybe a little wetter pattern, sadly, but good news for us as we head towards Thanksgiving week.